Where do we get to the point that we have to hate on movies before they're even out yet? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and I'm here with my man, Lewis. What's up, Lewis?
Good morning, Popcorn Planet. I'm excited to be here. Woo.
I needed to have you here because you are the man who has nukethefridge.com. And
the conversation is, will Indiana Jones nuke the fridge?
It's true. As an indie expert, I had to have you here because, look, Lewis, I'm not here to call anyone out specifically. Everyone's going to say I am, but no, it's a trend that's sort of annoying me that I just want to talk about. A lot of people you're gonna see it last night, this morning, about James Mangold's Twitter freak out on against the fans. And look, James Mangold's not completely innocent in this by any stretch of the imagination. I want to make sure I put all my thoughts out there on this because I put a tweet out there and I'm getting a lot of beef for it. So I wanted to just clarify some things. But Lewis, let's go back to where this started. A lot of people are worried about Indy 5. Obviously, of course, because we saw Indy 4, like duh, and that came out and that worried a lot of people. And so, should they even be making another Indiana Jones? We've all had the concern, we've all had the worry. But James Mangold is directing Part 5, and I got to be honest, I'm a fan of James Mangold. His work recently has been fantastic. Ford versus Ferrari, Logan. The dude has been doing some really stellar work, and I'm excited for him to come on and attempt to have a new pair of eyes on this franchise. Maybe, do well with it. You know what I'm saying? But of course, today on Twitter and everywhere, we just can't be positive. We have to be negative right out the gate. And look, I'm not here to call out Matthew Kadish. Mangold's going to call out Matthew Kadish. I know Matthew's following me. I think we follow each other. And Matthew, you're welcome to come on and have your own response here. This is not a takedown on you or anybody specifically. I want to just make sure I'm being clear on that. But Matthew put this out there, and to be clear, didn't tag James Mangold. Let's make sure we put that out there too, just so I'm telling the full story fairly. Didn't put James Mangold, but so he wrote, to anyone thinking Indiana Jones 5 might be good, just let me point out Steven Spielberg is not directing it. Kathleen Kennedy is producing. Harrison Ford is 78 years old. It's written by Jonathan Kasdan, who wrote Solo. Now, I guess someone tagged Mangold in this thread as it started getting some momentum, and so Mangold then saw and responded. Thanks, Matt. Keep making the world a better place, crapping on things in the first week of production from your basement. Never seen a script by John. Nothing against him. Just reality. Butterworth and I started from a blank page. 1 through 3 are hugely talented and all at my side. Hollyweird. People forget who the customers are. When customers hate your product before you make it, are they customers? Now, this tweet beef goes on and on, Lewis, and goes back and forth. Now, I want to clarify two things, and I want to get your responses too. But first off, he didn't need to say his basement. He's definitely. Why is he on Twitter in the first place? Is my first take, James. Aren't you making a movie? Come on, you know better than this. You're a big time filmmaker. Why are you letting these Twitter people get to you? I mean, I guess because he's human, Lewis. I mean, do you agree though? Like, why is he even on Twitter to begin with, Lewis? If he's in production on Indy 5.
He could be on Twitter. The basement response is that is how he failed, like Yoda would say. Yeah, dude. I mean, if you look at Matt's complaints or his worries, if you could scroll up a little bit, let's go one by one real quick. Steven Spielberg's not directing. Okay. I mean, Steven Spielberg's past few films,
not good. Exactly.
Kathleen Kennedy. Okay.
Well, just before you move on to 2, I was going to say, I'd echo. Yeah. This does not mean it's going to be bad. This could mean it's better. No. Let's be fair. I don't want to knock the King, but the King's work has not been as stellar as it used to be. Let's be fair, Matthew. So, point one. I don't even want to knock on his friend, Mangold's friend, but I think Mangold directing actually gets me more intrigued because Spielberg let the last one out the house. So Kathleen Kennedy producing. Okay, so we're just going to hate on it because she's involved? How involved is she? Who knows? This is just
she hired Mangold, who's a great director. Mm-hmm. So that's what a producer does. And also, real quick, one more thing on Steven Spielberg. He directed Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which most people think is the best. Not, but anyways, we can move on to 3. Harrison Ford being 78. It's a movie, dude. He never could do any of those stunts. You know, there's concerns about him being old and doing stunts and stuff. He never did them when he was in his 30s. So I don't know. I don't get this. It's movie magic, dude. You know what I mean?
Facts. And this is false. He didn't write the script. So the reality is, like, you are hating Matthew, and you're allowed to hate. But you're just, What do people on Twitter expect? Like, he is allowed on Twitter. I personally think he should be focusing on the movie, but it's not my right to say what he could do, or maybe he's taking a dump, and sometimes while he's taking a dump, he's checking his Twitter. You'd hope he'd be focusing on the movie instead of letting the Twitter anger is what my point is. You know, Lewis, when you're deep in a production of a movie, you'd think you wouldn't want that negative energy in there. But no, he is. And so for that point, I am going to call out him a little bit and just like, come on, Mangold, why are you letting these people get to you? At the same time, I want to defend him because it's like, okay, so this happens, right? And he calls him out. And then in calling him out, and I agree the basement comment wasn't ideal. It doesn't sound great. But in calling him out, he set up a whole sort of rage of people online saying, how dare you shit on the customer? And I do wonder if he's right. How many of these people are customers? As you get deeper and deeper into this thread, you can see Mangold's anger for the basement and everything else is clearly coming from the fact that so many people have been tagging and hating on him before this film has even started. And that's the real issue I want to talk about here. Just like, look, I know Crystal Skull sucked. We all know it sucked. But let's give this film a shot, right? Let's try to hope, right? Why are we in love with movies if we don't want to have them all be great? You know what I mean, Lewis? And so I'm just frustrated that we've all become so negative, and I've been guilty of it tremendously. I'm trying to like step back and not be so negative. And so I did that. And of course, I sent out a tweet. Yo, they're only baiting you. They bitch attack, make shit up, and react hopefully to splurge so you can make some more content and play victim. And I do believe this is happening a lot nowadays. And I've done it. I've been guilty of this too, Lewis. It's an endless cycle, but you are making Indy 5 prove them all wrong. Way more of us are rooting for you. And I believe in this. Like I would want nothing more than for him to blow us all out and be like, oh my God, Indy 5 finally gave us what we wanted, gave us a good finale. But no, now I'm just simping for Hollywood, sucking its D. All these people hating, whatever. It is what it is. But when you were canceled and later on YouTube deleted your channel, any of your Hollywood friends say anything on your behalf? Nope. Only the people you constantly rip on supported you and helped you. You have a very short memory, you clout chaser. Lewis, when did like wanting to become positive and like trying to give a filmmaker who's deep in production on a film like a positive mindset to hopefully do well in a film become clout chasing and suck it hot? Like, where did the love of movies go, Lewis? Why are we hating on movies before they're even out? I'm so sick of this. Anybody who doesn't want to say there's clickbait nonsense and trying to totally poke at James Mangold to make him freak out so we can make more videos, you're lying to yourself. Of course you want him to freak out so you can make more videos and we can call him out. Anything to bitch about Lucasfilm, right, Lewis?
Yeah, I don't think the original tweet, though, with Matt, I don't think he's trying to hate. He's overly concerned. And I do feel that he's probably, I'm going to bet, I don't know him. I bet you he is a fan. You posted that tweet. I agree with it. Except about the bitching part, a little bit calling names there, Andy, but not really. But I would have liked for James Mangold to acknowledge you too, because that's the problem. Acknowledging negative comments by big Hollywood people. If you do something positive, they ignore you. That's frustrating to me as someone who covers junkets. I probably will not get to talk to James Mangold, but someone on Twitter says something that's perceived negative, they'll get acknowledged by them. And it just happened over and over again with Ryan Johnson. I can't talk to Ryan Johnson, but he'll talk to people, who slam his movies. So it's kind of like, you kind of like, there's two sides to it, right? So yeah, but 100%, I'm thinking Indy 5 is a repeat of history. A lot of people felt weird about not Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Temple of Doom, and then they came back and gave the fans what they wanted, more traditional Indy with Last Crusade. And I'm feeling like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull disappointed audiences, and they're trying to make it up with Indiana Jones 5. And I think Mangold is gold, like his name says. And don't forget, man, he also did Walk the Line, which you didn't mention. That was amazing. So yeah, it's in good hands, man. It's in good hands right now.
They have something to prove. And also to echo what you said, if I could change something, I should have just made myself part of it, Lewis, if I'm really being honest. We all bitch. It's because it's true. I've been guilty of doing this too. So and that's what's frustrating. Tweets should always have a "Are you sure?" tweet, because I wasn't trying to call out anyone specific. I should have included myself. And if I could edit this, I would, but you can't. You have to live by the tweets you set. But I stand by the fact of why are we hating all these movies before they come out? And I can see why Mangold's frustrating. Now, to be fair, Mangold did has been coming out hard, and then it was just like. Here's part of the here's our we don't have basements, but we do have a kick-ass studio with a Batman statue. Yeah, that's a kick-ass studio. Congrats on the Batman statue and the jar of corks. How about you let me finish my film and then bitch all you want about it in front of your vinyl bricks lit by your fancy backlight, and maybe don't call Opinion News. Now, this is him just kicking down. He's just punching down, and I really do hope they make the jar of corks be more prominent now, because now they're just put a Mangold sticker on it. Because Matthew definitely embraced the
By the way, that's a great looking crew, guys. We're not saying anything wrong.
No,
that's a great
I want to
fucking
side with
crew,
Matthew.
Man.
He didn't need to knock on Matthew and his crew here. Dude's, I don't even know his basement, wherever this is. This
That's
just
his
shows
basement. I'm impressed.
James,
Look at mine.
Yeah, exactly. James is definitely going too far with it, and I can see where the point is. But then at the same time, here's more responses. I understand awareness and live. I don't know if I'll make you happy, but my team and I will knock ourselves out trying to make something good. We admire the craft of the originals. I hope when you see the real images, they'll look better than the paparazzi shots from the bushes. Facts. We're all watching a bad frame of Harrison Ford because that's what they sell. They want the frame, the in-between talking that looks like he's even older, out of focus, and that's always what we do here. People do not bring up Ford's age because they're ageist. They do so because there's legitimate concern for his health and safety. Oh, so this is about my friend's health and safety. How could I be so blind? That's why he opened it to anyone thinking Indiana Jones might be good. Let me point out. Look, Mangold's right. So Matt, while he did come at you hard, you can't keep playing victim and saying you didn't knock James Mangold and say his movie's going to suck, because you did. You came out hard and said, to anyone who thinks it might be good. You're basically saying there's no chance this movie's going to be good. And the director called you out. And I would be embarrassed, Lewis, if a director I would feel silly if I was Matt and I had said something like that and the director caught me. That's just me out of a respect level of the industry and movies in general. Why am I calling out a movie before I've seen it? I think I understand why Mangold came in hot. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, Mangold got too hot, and I think took it too personally, and he's now ragging on the studio and just dude, leave him alone. You're a millionaire. Why the hell are you bothering these Twitter people? Focus on the movie. That's why I sent my tweet to try and get him back in focus of focus on the movie, James. We're rooting for you. A lot of us are, right, Lewis?
Yeah, 100%, man. And I think chances are it is going to be good. I really do feel that. James Mangold being added, man. I think it's going to be a tearjerker, dude. It's going to be a good movie, but I'm not a fan of the tweeting back and forth. Matthew's original tweet is fine with me, a little bit more on the negative, right? But concerns are dope. That's fine. That's part of it. But James Mangold going back and forth. If he would have just said, well, wait until you watch the movie or something like that, that would have been better. I'm not a fan of the basement thing and stuff. Being someone who does broadcast from the basement, I take that as an insult. But anyways.
It's nothing wrong with basements. Exactly.
Yeah, look, hey, man, he who laughs last gets the loudest laugh or something like that. But anyways, or laughs loudest. So make an awesome movie, dude, so we can all enjoy it and get on Blu-ray so it could go back there in my collection. And our final memory of Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford will be that of the same one we felt when we first saw it. Epicness, man. That's what we want.
Yeah, and I just to echo it again, look, I think they're both in the wrong, really, because I think Matthew has absolutely every right to say this. I want to make sure I've been clear on that. I have no problem with Matthew saying this, but at the same time, Matthew, you were caught hating on a movie before you saw it. That is the facts. And the director saw it, was tagged, and responded. He's allowed to respond. It doesn't mean, don't stand what's the line? Get out of the kitchen if you can't stand the heat, right? It's
get out of the kitchen.
You're hating on him. He's going to hate back on you. You guys are hating on each other. There's no victim here in my mind. This is just stupid, unnecessary Twitter back and forth beef. And these people are all going to be, I'm sure, on various YouTube channels and videos hyping this up and getting clicks for it. So in a way, it was all what their goal was. And James, my tweet stands. That's what you're going to do is and get them more clicks and more hate, and more people are just going to get frustrated and say, "Sell out Hollywood, you suck." And it's just guys, my main message here is, can we give the movie a shot? Can we attempt to go in open-minded excited and maybe be transported again like we were on the first 3 adventures, it is possible to make a good movie once in a while. In fact, let's revisit those 3 adventures. I'm giving away the digital codes for the original trilogy. You guys, in honor of the 4K release being released, I think it's this weekend, right, Lewis? It came out.
Last weekend, no one could get it, ladies and gentlemen. The 4K is super hard to get. Help Andy out here and support him. When are these going to be given away and how?
Yeah, well, so go follow me on Instagram. If you go follow me on Instagram, in fact,
I'm going to do that right now.
Go follow me on Instagram, and I'll be giving away right there the digital codes for the first 3. The four, I got extra ones of the first 3, so I want to get the good ones that matter. If you go to Instagram.Andy Signore, I'll be there's a post. It's right there. Follow my go comment on my post here. Follow and tag 2 friends on my Indiana Jones Instagram post, and you will be entered in the contest. And I'll be given. I might even just give the 4K. I don't have a 4K, Lewis, but maybe we'll see. But you're definitely giving away the digital code, so go follow me there. Lewis, thanks for being here and talking to me. Look, again, let's just be positive. Can't we all just get along, Lewis? Can't we? Shouldn't our love of movies?
We can't, damn it.
I've been there, and I'm sorry I've been there. I'm a hypocrite myself, but I want please point me out if I'm being too negative, especially before a movie's out. I have movies behind me. Movies grew me. I grew up based on movies. I love movies. I want to love movies. When a movie's out, it's fair game. Criticize all you want, but criticizing a movie before it's out, I think that is just so lame. We could be better than that, and I don't want this channel to become that. So, Lewis, thank you for being here with me. Any final words?
Hey, man, thank you.
Nerd Report, you can find Lewis. Go support him over there. Nuke the Fridge as well. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet. Hit that subscribe button. Watch these videos as well. And stay tuned for more content. Bye, everybody.